Hello everyone, they call me Code Queen, but this is not a coding video, although we are going to be talking about code. I'm going to show you how to embed an HTML element onto a Wix website. There are 3 different types of editors that are used in order to build a Wix website, so I'm going to show you how to embed in each one. You can visit letswixit.com and look for this tutorial so you can follow along, or hang out with me and watch this video. As I was saying before, there are 3 different types of editors. One is the Wix Editor. The majority of websites are built using that one. The second one is Wix ADI, which automatically builds the website for you after answering a few questions. And the last one is the newest editor, the Editor X, which is to build responsive websites on Wix. Many people need to embed HTML elements for multiple reasons. Some people need to embed PayPal buttons or booking widgets or any other type of element that they would like their visitors to interact with. Before we get started, let's identify which website builder you used for your website. The fastest and easiest way is to look at the very top of the tab. After you've opened up your site, it'll say Wix Website Editor, Wix ADI, or Editor X. Now you would think that Wix would have a better way of labeling their sites. And for the Editor X, which are the newest types of websites, they actually do. They have a little label up at the top that you're able to view from your Wix site's dashboard. So if you're looking at all of your sites, you might be able to see that little label. Unfortunately, for an ADI site or a regular Wix site, you won't see that label. And that label only exists here for the Editor X. You will not be able to see it anywhere in the Wix dashboard if you were to open it up. Fastest and easiest way, just click Edit, open it, and look at the tab at the top. Okay, still with me? Good. Now I have some HTML example code. I created some PayPal donate buttons, and I'm going to copy this HTML code. Let's start with the Wix site editor. On here, there is already one HTML element. I used some code to create a map that is also connected to some databases, and they populate some pins. If I were to add a brand new HTML element for the first time, I would use the side panel, click on the Add button, and scroll down until you see Embed. If you don't find it here, you can also use the search bar. Click on Search, enter Embed, and click on Embed there. Once we find the Embed widget that we need, click on the little plus sign to add it to our page. Now, make sure you move it around until it says something like attach to strip or attach to page, etc. Once you have it in place, you can click on Enter Code to paste your HTML code. You can also embed regular websites. So if you don't have an HTML code and you want to embed a regular website, you can do that as well. You can resize the HTML element to whatever size you'd like. You can hit undo to undo the changes you've made. Now let's say you don't want to embed a website and you actually want to embed a code. You can either hit change website address or click on settings. It'll open up the same panel. I'm going to select code one more time, and I'm going to paste the PayPal code. Now that it populated my donate button, I can resize it to the size that I want. But notice when I resize it too small, these little arrows show up here. I want those to go away, so I'm going to make it large enough so that way they don't show up. Another thing that you can do with the HTML embed element is if you click on it, you'll see this little double arrow. Select it and turn on the stretch to full width. That way, it's as wide as the page, and no matter how big or how small your page gets, it resizes with it. Pretty cool, right? That is fairly new. They did not have that before. If we hit preview, we'll be able to see how both of our HTML elements work. Now let's move on to the Wix ADI. If you have this type of site, on the top, you'll see a menu of options. Make sure to go to Add and click on Section to Page. We want to add a new section because we want to add a new element. On the list, you can look for Embed. Scroll down slowly. HTML Embed. When you click on that, it'll give you different options on styles. Just like the other editor, we can click and it starts adding it to our page. You'll notice that we have a new HTML section here. Click on that. When you do, the left side panel should populate the settings for that HTML element. You can control the width and the height. And this is where you would paste the code. The same way that we have the option to add an HTML code or a website, you can do that here as well. Just click on the one that you need, enter the information, and let it populate on the page. And you're done with the ADI. Now let's move on over to Editor X. In Editor X, click on the plus sign, and you'll notice that the first option is Quick Add. This has the most popular elements that are used quite often in Editor X, one of those being the HTML iframe. You can click and add it to the page here, or you can also find it under Embed and Social. We just want to embed a widget, so we'll click on this, let it fall on our page, move it to wherever you want. It does have the option to stretch. The stretch icon also has a double arrow, but it's in the very corner of the HTML frame. Click on that and it'll stretch it. To remove the stretch, click on the little ... and select Unstretch. You will see the little settings gear icon and then also the button that says Enter Code. It looks fairly the same as it did in the regular Wix editor. So you would just paste your code here, hit Update, and let the widget populate. There it is. You can also resize. And place it where you need. So, as you could see, 3 different editors, 3 very different ways on adding the HTML embed. I don't know why Wix decided it that way, but I hope this tutorial helped you find that HTML element a little bit faster. Before you go, you must know that the HTML element is only used to display elements and other types of widgets. It is not used for the tracking codes that you need to embed in the header or the body. For that, you will need to go to your dashboard, and you would need to go under Settings, scroll down, Custom Code, and your website must be upgraded to a premium plan, which means if it's not a premium plan, you will see a message that looks something like this. To add custom code, upgrade your site. Once you've upgraded and connected a domain, you can use the custom code to activate Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, etc., etc. Click on the Add Custom Code button up here, paste your code snippet, add a name, and select which page it needs to go on. You can also select where the code needs to go, in the header, in the body start, or at the end of the body. And that's it. Click Apply and it's done. You can turn them on and off as needed. For other Wix tutorials, remember to visit letswixit.com. I hope you subscribe and tune in. I will see you very soon. Bye.